We begin Bellator 24 this evening with our first heavyweight tournament quarterfinal, Neil Grove versus Eddie Sanchez.
Now, Neil Grove, a giant at 6'6". He brings a lot physically into this fight. Eddie Sanchez against Marcus Sursa. We thought he was out. He came back. He's got amazing heart and determination.
We now send it to Bellator's cage announcer, Michael Williams.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, set and ready to make his way to the cage fighting. Out of the red corner, this is Neil Goliath Grove.
Neil Grove was a semi-professional rugby player in his native South Africa who has successfully transitioned to MMA.
My name is Neil Grove. I fight out of London, England, and I'm here to fight Eddie Sanchez. My advantage over Eddie Sanchez will be my height, my reach, and my legs. I like kicking. I finish all my fights with knockouts. I tend to finish all my future fights with knockouts. Eddie Sanchez is going to have to grow another 6 inches, another 20 pounds. I've been training hard for this fight, and I'm going to bring it to him.
Neil Grove moved to England from South Africa 14 years ago at the age of 25. He did not have his first pro MMA bout until he was 35 years old.
And now his opponent ready to make his way to the cage fighting. Out of the blue corner, this is Eddie Manic Hispanic Sanchez.
At the age of 27, Eddie Sanchez has already overcome a great deal of adversity, both in and out of the cage.
Presenting Eddie Sanchez.
It's like I need to get hit in order to wake up. A near-death situation definitely changes your life.
All right, gentlemen, that's what you're working for. Let's get this started. You ready? Ready?
About 7 years ago, I was in a pretty devastating car accident.
Sanchez walked. Oh, good right
hand! Sanchez is in trouble! Sursa looking to finish!
I rolled my Jeep 7 times and flew through the windshield.
Man, Sanchez is doing everything he can to hang on here, but Sursa is all over him.
I flew out the windshield on the first roll, and the Jeep rolled right past me. Landed on my foot when I flew out of the windshield over 80 feet.
Straight shots! The end could be near!
There was 76% chance of amputation. After 6 hours in surgery, they saved my foot.
You can see Sanchez's eyes from where we are. He's clearly not aware of exactly where he is. He's fighting on pure instinct right now.
Once the doctors told me that I'm not going to be able to continue and follow my dream and reach my goal, it really woke me up. You're not going to tell me what I can or can't do.
And Sanchez pulls his head free.
Sanchez turns it on and wins this. That will be an amazing comeback.
Sanchez was nearly done here, now looking to finish. Big right hands, now the left by Sanchez.
Sit up, you gotta sit up, baby.
He is coming out like a man possessed.
Eddie Sanchez looking to finish. That's it! What a come from behind victory for Eddie Sanchez!
Going through the sport, I mean, I thought you'd never have any setbacks, but you do, and that's just life. I made it, you know, no one's gonna hold me back, and my heart came through, and I did what I did, and I'm here now.
Eddie Sanchez made his Bellator debut in May of last year. It took just 10 seconds to defeat Jay White.
It was at the time the fastest knockout in Bellator history, but it shows you the power he has. He has very good uppercuts. Boom. It was that uppercut that started it off. He has powerful uppercuts, powerful hooks. Former baseball pitcher. He's very, very good with that right hand.
Jimmy, let's take a look at your inner circle.
Well, look for fireworks early. Both guys are aggressive strikers who want to make a statement in this tournament. Sanchez has to use his superior footwork. Neil Grove is a giant. Sanchez does not want to stand in front of him. He does too much damage. Grove has KO power. He's KO'd every opponent he's ever beaten. Sanchez has to respect that power and move.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bellator Fighting Championships returns to Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, as tonight, Hard Rock Live once again plays host to the Bellator season opener. Brought to you by Everlast and UB.net. Here at Bellator 24, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, we begin the quarterfinals of the World Championship Tournament in the heavyweight division. And now introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks trimmed in white. At 6'6", he weighed in at 264.5 pounds. With a black belt in Goju Ryu karate, the striker brings a professional record of 8 victories against 2 defeats with 1 draw. All 8 victories coming by way of knockout. Representing Semtex Gym, the South African native now out of London, England, introducing Neil Goliath Grove. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white trunks at 6'2". He weighed in at 244.5 pounds. With a background in jiu-jitsu, the boxer stands with a professional record of 12 victories, including 8 by knockout, 3 by way of submission against 3 defeats. Representing Blackline Training Center and fighting out of San Diego, California, presenting Eddie Manic Hispanic Sanchez.
Off to your left. Off to your left, Eddie. Off to your left.
And the referee for this contest inside the Bellator cage, Jorge Alonso.
Eddie, Neil. Gentlemen, we'll give you the instructions early today, okay? Let me remind you, obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. Anytime the fight's over, you just stop and do not continue. Is that understood? Is that understood? Touch him up. Good luck.
The rules in the quarterfinal round of Bellator Fighting Championships. All fights consist of 3 5-minute rounds. No elbows to the head, and there is no kicking or kneeing the head of a grounded opponent.
You know, Neil Grove, excellent Muay Thai. I don't know if he's adjusted to those rules. Maybe that lack of elbow offense will hurt him. We'll have to see.
The bell in round number 1. Grove in the black trunks.
Oh, good
the
shot!
white trunks. Fast, ferocious start by Neil Grove. Raining down the shots, the punches, the hammer fist, big left hand.
Now Sanchez has been in trouble before. Can he come back? We've seen it happen.
And Grove allowing Eddie Sanchez to stand up. Body kick there by Grove.
Man, he is just manhandling
Huge
Sanchez.
punches. Knee to the body. Those are just massive strikes from a man who walks around at 285 pounds.
Now Sanchez has to tie him up and recover. He can't let him stand up like this. He has to keep him close and recover, but it's too late. Neil Grove is standing up.
Eddie Sanchez told to stand up by referee Jorge Alonso. Big swing and a miss by Sanchez.
Man, you got to question how much Sanchez's head is in this fight right now. He's taking some serious shots.
That is a horrific, and I mean horrific, mouse under the left eye of Eddie Sanchez.
And both of his eyes are totally bloodshot.
Things going the way of Neil Grove here in the opening round. This, our first heavyweight tournament quarterfinal.
Man, Sanchez just falling to the ground here. I don't know how much he has left.
Grove with the punches. Sanchez sitting up, and again for the second time, Grove backing away, allowing Sanchez to stand up.
No, he got up.
Stoppage from referee Jorge Alonso.
He got up a little too wobbly, touched his head. Referee said that is unwillingness to continue. You're done.
Fight's over. Nope.
Sanchez arguing, but look at his left eye.
I don't see a doctor letting this fight go a whole lot longer with that eye. I mean, referee was quick, but he got up very wobbly, said, do you want to continue? And he touched his head. A lot of times, that's all the referee looks for.
What a Bellator debut for the South African by way of England, Neil Grove. Now 9 pro MMA wins, all 9 either by knockout or TKO.
Man, just all over Eddie Sanchez, but that finishing ability hurt him and stayed on him. Eddie Sanchez, known for his ability to come back. Neil Grove just did not give him the opportunity.
Sanchez is a big man, 6'2", weighed in at 244.5 pounds, but Grove is massive, 6'6", weighed in at 264.5, but again, his walk-around weight is 285.
Well, you know, it wasn't just the strikes. You saw when they were clinched up, he literally threw Eddie Sanchez around, tossed him around. We see it here, the opening of the fight, that initial shot is what hurt him. That initial shot right when he was walking forward, we see it here. They touch gloves, and it was a straight left. Just a powerful jab, almost a Sonny Liston type jab, put him right on the floor. See here, they touch gloves, and it's a straight left, bang, right on the chin. You know, that shot pretty much took Eddie out of this fight. We see the end here. Toward the end of the fight, landing all kinds of strikes. And, you know, to his credit, Eddie Sanchez trying to answer back, but so off balance. You see here just being pushed to the ground. Not just the strike, Sean, but Neil Grove just manhandling Eddie Sanchez. See here, pushing him to the ground. And when they stood up again, it's here when Neil Grove backs off, gives him some space, lets him stand up. The referee says, get up. Sanchez very slow to stand up, and he touches his head. You see here, he put his hand up like, I need a second. Whenever you do that in those stand-ups, fight is over.
When we return, Jimmy Smith will speak to the victor, Neil Grove. The winner by first round TKO, Neil Grove defeats Eddie Sanchez in our opening fight of the start of Bellator's third season. A tremendous debut in Bellator Fighting Championships for Neil Grove, taking just 92 seconds to defeat Eddie Sanchez in our first heavyweight tournament quarterfinal.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the fighter's inability to immediately respond to his instructions, referee Jorge Alonso waves a halt to this contest officially at 1 minute 32 seconds into round number 1. The winner by TKO victory, and now advancing to the semifinal round of the heavyweight tournament, Neil Goliath Grove.
I'm with your winner, Neil the Goliath Grove. Great shot in the beginning. You had him hurt. Were you surprised at how hard he was to finish? He kept getting up.
You know, he's very durable, and I saw it in most of his previous fights, and I knew I was going to have to hit him hard to finish the game, finish the fight.
Okay, check out our replay here. At the beginning of the fight, just a stiff left jab put him on the floor. It seemed like that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, I mean, right there and then I thought it's going to be easy from now on, but he kept taking the punches, and fair play to Eddie. He got back up, and I just knew I had more to do, and got it done.
Now, at the end of the fight, when you let him up, he couldn't stand up all the way. Did you know that was in the fight? Did you know how badly you had him hurt?
You know, he looked badly hurt. I was really pleased the refereeing over here is so good. I think elsewhere it would have carried on and he might have got hurt badly. But yeah, it's a good outcome. I'm happy with my performance. I'd like to thank my agents for getting me here. Bellator is an amazing company to fight for. Thank you for having me.
All right, now the rest of the heavyweight division is fighting later on. Do you have a message for them, or do you think your performance sent the message?
You know what, I haven't planned to even look at the other fighters yet. My plan was to come here, beat Eddie Sanchez, and maybe gain a few friends and fans out of the American audience. And thanks. And I'll go home now and study who my next opponent will be.
Well, everybody give it up. Great performance by Neil the Goliath Grove. Congratulations.
His dream as a boy was to play for the Springboks. That is rugby's national side in South Africa. Now I think his dream is to be Bellator's first heavyweight champion. Neil Grove moves one step closer towards that goal as he books his place in the semifinals. Eddie Sanchez, a very tough and talented fighter, showing the disappointment. Jorge Alonso bringing an end to that fight. 1 minute, 32 seconds. By way of referee stoppage, TKO win in round 1. Neil Grove defeats Eddie Sanchez.